Hi, it's Debbie, and this week we took a really deep dive into reactivation of your patients and also how to overcome those challenging last minute or short notice cancellation calls and those no-shows. So I wanted to spend some time with you recapping this. One of the things that's really important for reactivation of your patients is that somebody needs to be in charge of the hygiene patient overdue patient list, and whether that's somebody at your front office or one of your hygienists. And I think that all of the hygienists need to understand how to reactivate patients, and if they have a few minutes of time or a half hour opening, they need to be calling patients to reschedule them. And so timing is everything. You know, a lot of our patients are busy. They are picking up kids from school and then they're taking them to soccer, piano, ballet lessons. And one of my clients, what they did was they had a pizza party, and they had 4 lines in their office, and they had 4 people. They each, even the doctor was there calling. And boy, when the doctor calls to talk to a patient, do you think they sit up and listen and take action? Of course they're going to schedule their appointment. But even doctor had a role in calling these overdue patients. And she called on the phone while they also had a pizza party, so she made it fun. They called from like 5 p.m. when their office usually closes till 8 p.m. at night. So they took turns, and they had several times during that month that they called, and they reactivated a lot of patients by making those phone calls. Maintaining focus. Really important that you're looking through and auditing your charts each day. The hygienist needs to know, is there a family member that's due? Maybe she's seeing or he's seeing the mother and notices that the husband or some of the kids are needing a dental hygiene appointment. So really be focused on reactivating those patients. I know it's a chronic challenge for many of the offices that we have been working with, and it's just a lot of the phone calls that I received today. So have a focus on that. Creating urgency. Some of the most successful practices I've worked in, the patients, if they didn't make a next appointment, especially with their hygienist, when they called 6 months later to schedule, there wasn't an appointment available for another 6 months because that dental office was so booked. These patients were freaking out if they were sick or had to change their dental hygiene appointment. It was a big deal. They had a sense of urgency. So what is your strategy? How do you create urgency for your patients so that they feel it's important to be there, and they know before they leave your office they need to have a next appointment? The follow-up call. If somebody does leave, maybe they're in a hurry, maybe they're not able to stay much longer because they have to run back to the office, rush back to work. But how do you tell them, I'm going to give you a call? Do you ask, or do you let them know, I'm going to be calling you tomorrow to schedule that? So those are just some of the 5 top tips for reactivating. If you want to take a deeper dive and know what to say on the phone call, what letters to send your patients, for less than $75, I have an ebook that explains it all, outlines it, so that you can customize those with your software that you use in your dental office. You can insert those letters and customize them. We've had a dental practice in Palm Desert, California. They sent out letter number 1. There's a series of 3 letters, and I show you how to sequence those letters to send out to your patients who aren't calling back. But after sending 200 letters of letter 1, they had 50 patients who called back to schedule appointments. And this is where we have snowbirds, and it's May, and they've all gone back home to their permanent place of living, and they come to Palm Desert just when it's the cold weather. They come there to stay warm. So imagine that if you could just send out a few hundred letters, what would that do for you to reactivate some of those patients? Now, I wanted to talk a little bit more. I have put together 7 tips to eliminate those short notice, last minute cancellations, is what I wrote here. I want you to identify who are your frequent abusers, and I hope that you have an office policy that states, I recommend that your patients not be able to cancel without penalty within 72 hours. That means that if you don't work on Friday, maybe you're making a confirmation call on Thursday, they cannot call back on Friday and leave a message on your answering machine. So how are you handling your confirmation call? When you call, are you asking them to call you back to confirm? I say no. You should not be asking your patients to call back. Your confirmation call is just something like, this is Susan, and we're calling to tell you that we're looking forward to your hygiene appointment, your preventive care appointment, your supportive periodontal therapy appointment, whatever that term is that you use, it's no longer a cleaning that they're coming back for. So how are you handling that call when you do call your patients? I'm going to jump down here. What to say on the confirmation call is just that you're looking forward to seeing them for their preventive care appointment with Sally, the hygienist, or John, your hygienist, and they'll see you at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. I recommend that you call to confirm your appointments 2 or 3 days in advance. You're going to send a postcard at least 2 weeks out. You might have a text message that goes to them, but if you're still calling to confirm, do not have them call back. They should already be committed to this appointment. They should have it in their calendar on their iPhone or their device that they store their calendar on. And how are you handling those short notice cancellation? Now, do you have patients calling and leaving a message on your machine or with your answering service? I would suggest that on your answer machine that you leave a message that says, we do not accept voicemails to cancel a phone call. We only take cancellations or a notice to change your appointment in person on a phone call. That doesn't count as a short notice cancellation if they leave a message on the phone. Because too many times patients are so easy, it's so simple for them to just call and leave a message. There's no accountability. So I would say nix allowing patients to leave a message on your machine or with your answering service. Now, stay connected with your patients. Some of your patients might not see you for at least 3 months, maybe 6 months. So how are you staying connected with them? Are you able to send them a newsletter? Do you have emails to let them know? For example, October, great month to let your patients know that you're having the Halloween buyback, the Halloween candy buyback program. And text messaging them or emailing them, sending them a newsletter with this information. But don't you think that would be a fun event for parents to bring their kids by with their candy, and they get paid for dropping off their Halloween candy? How much fun is that? Are you having a Christmas open house? Are you having a whitening special? Just staying connected. Maybe you have a Facebook fan page and have your patients sign up for your fan page while they're in your office. Very simple if you have an iPad or some type of computer that they can be sitting there or at the front desk, just easily click, write a recommendation. They're connected through social media with your office, and they're always learning what's going on in the office, maybe every week, every month. The other thing is that I've noticed that patients, well, we all have this, it's like, what's in it for me? Remember I talked about benefits last video? And patients want to know what's in it for me. And I found that many patients have a positive response when they know that they're going to get free whitening. Maybe you can give them free whitening as a new patient, but I haven't found that works so well for many offices. They found that unfortunately the patients didn't come back to pick up their trays. But possibly you have an opportunity where you can offer them 2 free syringes of whitening gel twice a year when they do not cancel last minute or no show for a dental appointment. There's a contract. We have a whole system that includes this. We have 3 milliliter syringes of whitening gel. We have various percentage of carbamide or hydrogen peroxide gel, And we've never actually had a patient complain of sensitivity because the way our gel does not have the thickening agent in it, and it's a larger syringe for less money. So it's a really great incentive for you. You can kind of pay it forward with your patients by giving them 2 syringes each year of the whitening gel. And you can charge them a very nominal fee for that. These are just a few suggestions. I want to wish you the best of luck in eliminating short notice cancellations and in reactivating your patients. I hope you'll stop by my website, dentalpracticesolutions.com, and check out our continuing care program, and that will help very quickly to maximize your profit potential. This is Debbie, and I'll talk to you really soon. Thanks for joining me.